Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to The Art of Kindness, where we have compassionate conversations with artists from all areas of the entertainment industry who are using their voice to spread joy and make this big spinning planet in the universe a better place to be. I'm Robert Peterpaul, and I'm so glad you're here. Hi, Jodi.
Hey, Robert. Good to see you again. How are you?
You too. You look so beautiful.
Oh, thank you. You look so wonderful too. How you doing?
Oh, now I want to sing Wicked with you, like wonderful. One of the greatest things I've ever seen in my life that's happened since I last saw you was watching you watch your daughter play Ariel.
Yeah.
I just need to say that right now because that just popped into my head when I saw you.
It
That was so
was.
special. Did you expect that to go viral and spread around?
No, that was an illegal. Cameras weren't allowed at that theater.
Yeah.
And somebody grabbed it without us knowing. And boy, it was like overnight. It was crazy. It was
Yeah.
so crazy.
Oh, you must
But
be
so
so
fun.
proud. Yeah. Of
Yeah,
her,
so proud.
though.
She's actually leaving Saturday to start the Broadway national tour of Spamalot.
No way.
Yeah, she's excited. So she'll be on the road, I think, for a year.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, that's amazing. I have
Yeah,
some
so
friends that
she's,
worked on
yeah,
that, and it's such a positive group of people.
yes.
So,
Yeah, lovely group of people. Josh is an amazing director, choreographer, and so packed her up out of her apartment, and she's got her 2 suitcases, and she's hitting the road.
I love that. Well, you and I are going to hit the kindness road for a little bit
Good.
together again today. And
Good.
I know I've asked you this question before when I was so lucky to share some time with you. I think it was 3 years ago now, which is
I can't
wild.
remember.
Yeah,
Gosh, long
with
time ago.
so much coming out. So I did ask you what kindness meant to you, and I remember your definition, but I'm curious where you are now. What would you say is your definition of kindness, Jodi?
Ooh, kindness is so important, vitally important every single
Yes.
day. Yeah, it's the staple of life of being able to wake up and have purpose, you know. We're in some really, really challenging times right now. And I think having that element, waking up, knowing that I have an opportunity to possibly make a difference in somebody's life gives me tremendous purpose and hope for the
Mhm.
day, and trying to like switch my lenses to the positive as opposed to, feeding off of the negative. And I think kindness is absolutely important right now. I mean, vitally important. I really
Yeah.
do. I think it's kind of a matter of lightness and darkness. It
Mm.
just feels like kindness is such a healing balm to be able to use and to pour out onto others, and to receive it, of course,
Mm.
is a lovely gift as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, there needs to be that plan and purpose every single day of how I can make a positive impact in someone's life. And
Mm.
it doesn't have to be big. It definitely doesn't have to be big, but just, what does that element look like? So yeah, I think kindness has taken a huge leap forward now more than ever.
Well, one of the things I've always admired about you, Jodi, is that you seem to put kindness at the forefront of the conversation. And I was looking up clips of you even before this, and immediately what popped up on YouTube is Jodi talks about kindness and courage in relation to being a princess. And then the Wingfeather Saga, of course, there's themes of kindness tied up in there and the projects you choose. And I just think that's incredibly special and needed. And that was a beautiful definition, slightly, actually pretty different from what you said, but the core is the same. And as another thing, I really think that you walk the walk on, which is pouring into others. Because last time you
Mm,
said it is thinking of the other person before yourself in any moment.
yeah.
And you were recently kind of honored for that, right? You were honored as the fan ambassador. That's a hard word to say at D23 in Walt Disney World. And
No.
it made me curious, Jodi, do you remember, this might be tough, but do you remember your very first fan interaction?
It would have been right after the film was open in November. and it would have been probably that holiday season. And we were in, let's see, where was I in 89? I think I might have been in Los Angeles making a transition of moving.
Hmm.
And it was at a Disney store in Los Angeles, like the Studio City branch, I think is at the time.
Ah,
And
I
it
miss the
was
Disney store
making,
so much.
yeah, it was making that connection with the cast members that worked at the store and them kind of putting two and two together of who I was as I was grabbing and purchasing a bunch of Ariel goodies for the holidays for my two nieces. And I just remember having that first interaction of like, wow, this is going to be kind of life changing. Like people are going to
Mm,
actually know who I am because of course we weren't supposed to be revealed who we were. We were going to remain anonymous, which was the way that Walt had animation planned.
mm.
Um, and then it just took this big turn right before the film came out. So yeah, I would say that's probably my first interaction with that aha moment of like, wow, this is making an impact in people's lives. And I directly get to participate in this moment with
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, and I love how you don't cut off those interactions. Like you make it such a priority, which we talked about in our previous episode, even at the Disney parks. It's, you had to teach your children kind of young, we've been on this ride 3 times. It's important that I say hi to this person because I'm a
Right.
representative of Disney and Ariel. And, you've continued to sing part of your world. I mean, a few times. You've sung it a few times.
I sing it. I sing it a few times almost every week, which is
Oh
wonderful.
my
And
gosh.
it's funny now when we go to the parks with adult children, they're the
Yes.
ones that peek out. They go, okay, 3 o'clock, mom, right hand side. Somebody's waiting for you, mom. Just slow down. There's a gentleman behind you. It's like
Oh.
so the two of them, they all have eyes all around me, and of course I'm
Mm.
oblivious. I'm just kind of walking at the happiest place on earth, having the time of my life.
Right?
And they'll be like, okay, mom, slow down, take it, pull over to the side, pull over to the side. We need to get a picture. They've got a little one. I'm like, okay, good. So
Oh,
now
I
they're
love that.
they're like my watch team that I really appreciate.
That is so special. Like, huh? Hello. So it makes me,
Yeah.
it makes me wonder since repetition is sort of how we master crafts, and I'm sure you learn something new still every time you sing part of your world,
Yes.
depending on where you are in your life. Do you have a
Yes.
favorite line in the song? Is there a certain line that always touches you?
Bright young women, sick of swimming, ready to stand.
Ooh, I just got the
That's
chills.
This is such a powerful lyric that Howard wrote way, 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 way ahead of his time. And who would have thought that that type of statement is so important right now? You know,
Mm,
bright, meaning smart, sharp, young women, sick of
mm,
swimming, sick of being held down, sick of being put in a box, being sick of being told no. And then they're ready, they're ready to step out on their platform. So it's a powerful lyric and I love getting to sing that.
that's amazing. That's a great name too for a foundation. Not that you need to add more to your plate or a school, to teach the future princesses. And people obviously would write to me if I didn't ask you about the Little Mermaid. So before we get to Wingfeather Saga, which I'm so excited to talk to you about today, Ariel and Disney, they've been with you for so long. And as you kind of continue to honor this legacy that you've certainly created yourself because of just who you are innately. And I think that's part of the reason why you were revealed versus like having the voice actor stay in the background is just because you embody that Disney magic. And I
Thank you.
wonder, oh no, it's so true. I wonder as you continue to kind of honor the legacy in this moment right now, what is the new thing striking you? I mean, we talked about the favorite line you love in part of your world, but what is like the thing that strikes you? I guess you touched on it a bit with Bright Young Women, but is there something now that, you know, you just think, well,
I I what I love about my character, and it's always funny when you say my character because I feel like Ariel and I are kind of one.
hmm,
So, I kind of put a little split in between when I'm referring to Ariel, but I kind of feel like we're sort of we're sort of grouped in together.
yeah.
I love I love her ability to unconditionally love everything and everyone around her.
Hmm,
Everything and everyone around her, unconditional. without judgment, without criticism, without feeling better than, or thinking she's mightier than, or bigger than, or smarter than, or prettier than, anything in that compare and compete sort of world. But I really love that about her. And the fact that she is kind of shocked that there is this separation between these worlds. And why can't we be one? It's just innately in her to have a unifying story, to have a unifying love, to have a unifying community. That's just innately who she is. And I love that quality about her.
Yeah, that is more powerful now than ever, I would say. I
Mm-hmm.
think that's pretty
Yep,
incredible. And,
absolutely.
from the last time we spoke, I know a big learning lesson for you from The Little Mermaid was sort of shedding perfectionism as an
Yeah.
artist
Yeah.
and getting to your family-centered animated series, The Wingfeather Saga, which we're going to break down a
Yes.
bit here. At this point in you're a pro at recording. I mean, in the recording booth, I just wonder, you talk so much about pouring into others, Jodi. How are you kind to yourself I don't know if you face these things in the
Mm,
booth at all anymore, but just as an artist?
yeah. Well, that's a good question, Robert. That's a good question that I am trying to work on more, figuring out how to pour into myself, how
Mm,
to take better care of myself. I was just having this conversation with my husband today. I was feeling slightly overwhelmed. I was having a little bit of a panic attack this morning
mhm,
and throughout the middle of the night. I get a little bit overwhelmed with my schedule sometimes when I see the itineraries come in for a trip I'm leaving tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. for Disney Cruise Line, Walt Disney World, working on a project for a week. And the holidays are coming. I've got my daughter leaving to go on a national tour. I've got my son and his wife in the middle of their Oscar campaign for their animated short film. So
mm,
there's a lot going on with our family. And what I try to do is I try to live in the moment and savor the moments that I'm doing right now. Like right now, I'm having a great conversation with you, Robert. And so I want to stay present in that moment. I do notice that in the middle of the night, when my brain is at rest, my body starts to trigger, and it starts to trigger with the list of things to do. And I have to like
mm,
shut it down and just say, you know what? When I wake up, I've got that list. I'm going to tackle it. I'm going to take it one step at a time. And
yeah.
if I can do it in small increments. So this is what I'm learning for myself. If I can live my life minute by minute or in a 5-minute increment, savor that moment and then tackle the next project. But
Mm,
if I think about the whole thing, like for the
yeah.
next 8 days, I just get very overwhelmed.
Mhm,
Um, and it's something that I'm working on for myself
yeah.
because I don't want to live in any type of fear. And I certainly don't want to live wishing this moment away to tackle the next moment because there's so many things on the list.
Mm,
I don't want to live
yeah.
like that. So it's something that I'm working on. I'm
Mm,
actively working on it. And finding a little bit more white space,
yeah.
meaning time to just sit and maybe do nothing, or the time to
Yes.
maybe just like close my eyes and take like a little 10-minute break. If I fall asleep, that's great. But if I just take a break for 10 minutes and just rest,
Mm,
I feel more uh, rejuvenated and I feel like
yeah.
I have more to give. Sometimes when, as you know, like for yourself, like when you're pouring out, you pour,
Mhm,
pour, 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 and your tank is empty
yeah.
and you have nothing to give after that. And then you feel like, okay, then I feel like I'm a disappointment. So what I do for obviously for my livelihood, but also who I am as a person, I'm pouring out 24/7.
Mm,
And that does run out and my body will shut down,
yeah.
and then you're really not good for anything.
Yeah.
So it's something that I'm trying to get better at.
Mm.
And it doesn't have to be a big thing. It's not like I need a vacation. Lord knows, I don't need to get on another plane. I had like 86 trips last year.
Oh my
So
gosh, you must have so many points. No,
I
just
don't,
kidding. That's a
I
lot.
don't need to be on, I don't need to be on a plane any more than I already am. So for
Yeah.
me, I could just sit down on our little chair downstairs, and I can just stare out at where I'm looking right now at the lake and just take a little moment. And it's
Mm.
good. It's a good,
Yeah.
it's a good, healthy little thing for me to do.
I really appreciate you sharing that. And I think a lot of people will as well because you are such a giver. I mean, you do so much, Jodi. So those feelings are completely valid because like you're always running around giving to so many people. And that's why it made me curious because I mean, I have the same thing on a smaller level. When my head hits the pillow, my mind starts racing. And then as creative people, you never know if an audition's going to come into the mix and then you got to memorize and prepare the sides. And then it's like,
Right.
and so
Right.
that's so much on your plate, and I think that's
Yeah.
going to be very helpful for people to hear. And it's actually relevant to Wingfeather because to me, in this show, these characters are facing enormous odds and they're navigating a lot of fear. And
Yes.
so I do wonder how that applies to you in your real life.
Mhm.
Like if
Oh,
this
yeah.
character's taught you anything on navigating fear during high stakes moments.
Yeah. I mean, I love my character, Mia. She's great. I can relate to her in a lot of ways, obviously, as a mother and as a nurturing figure. But what I learned from her is her bravery and courageous spirit, but she is incredibly patient in the middle of strife, and especially when it has to do with the health and the safety of her children. And
Mm,
this particular season is very frenetic, very chaotic, very stressful, very stressful season. And so in the recording studio, it's exhausting. You know,
mm,
I'm in a full blown sweat when I finish, and I am worn out. Um, because the angst and all of the adventure that's going on. But Nia, she just plows through it. She has this solid stillness about her that I don't really have. And so I'm having to like dredge it up inside of me to make sure that
mm,
it's believable. But you know, she's an incredible leader, but she as a mother, ooh, she has her feelings, but she can like really control there. Yes, I am not one to get like, I'm not catastrophic. I'm not a worrier. I'm not a negative thinking person. I wake up generally happy every single day. That's just how I was, chemically created. That's my makeup is I
mm,
wake up happy. I'm
mm.
a half full cup kind of person.
Yes, same. We need to
So
bottle you up and get that out
yeah.
there into the world.
No,
I mean,
but it's nothing I've done. It's just how I was born. It's like how
yeah.
I came out of the womb. It's just the way it is.
Mm,
But I can be a mama bear. And when it comes to the safety and health of my children, I can really get myself riled up about it. So
mm.
Nia has really, she's solid foundation. Boy, she holds and anchors that family so
Mm,
beautifully. And every once in a while, I'll get to let loose on how she's really feeling as a mom, but then she keeps it in control in front of the children, in front of the community. Yeah, she's an
yeah.
incredible character.
I think that makes incredible performances too, is that covering
Yeah.
up of the emotion versus, obviously playing the emotion. And
Right.
in, the show, another thing it celebrates, I think, are unique gifts. And on
Mhm.
behalf of everybody in the world, before we have to wrap up here, you've shared your own remarkable gift with us for years. And in this digital age where connection's so easy, and that's how I get to see how much you're doing and all my friends and support people. But at the same time, it can be scary and there's judgment. And I just wonder, in this vein, what's your advice? I'm thinking of a friend in particular who I won't shout
Yeah.
out, but do you
Right.
have advice for people who maybe have a gift or haven't discovered it on just embracing them, what makes them unique?
Yeah, and I think for your generation, all of you wonderful young people, you're dealing with something I didn't have to deal with, which is compare and compete and social media. So
Mm.
when all of those elements were removed back in the day, back when the dinosaurs were here, I didn't have to compare with the world. I just had to get into an audition with however a couple hundred people, do my best, throw it out there and see. And if the job's meant for you, it will not pass you by. That was just the way that I just believed. Whatever job is meant for you will not pass you by. For
Mm.
me, I feel like a shut door is either God's direction or it's his protection. Those are the two options for me. That's just my mindset. But I do feel like for all of these wonderful young people, including my adult children, the concept of compare and compete is so dangerous. It sends us down such a dangerous path that it then curbs people from taking chances and risks. Because
Mm,
ultimately, my career is built on failure. So everything that I stand on in the foundation of who I am as an artist is on the stepping stones of failure
mm,
because I'm failing forward. I'm failing and moving forward. I'm failing and moving forward. With that comes tremendous freedom because I don't care. I make a fool of myself on stage. I make a fool of myself in every single concert I think that I've ever done with a symphony. I have made a fool of myself. And I don't care. I
yeah.
laugh it off. I call it out. I tell the audience, hey, my dress just broke. Let me just squeeze it together again. I'll be right back. I'll
Yeah.
start a song and I'll be like, those aren't the lyrics. Let's try take two. And what happens is that people laugh. Of course, they laugh. I laugh at myself,
Yeah.
but then they genuinely feel safe because I've broken down any kind of like false facade of this is how you need to be perfect. And then there's the
Mm,
freedom to go, you know what? They can connect. Oh my gosh, she's like a real person. She makes mistakes too. And I
yeah.
can really relate to her because obviously in the entertainment industry, Robert, for me, I feel like the number one thing that we're trying to do is connect.
Yeah.
We're trying to connect. As storytellers, we're trying to connect with our
Mm,
audience. And the way we can connect is we have to be relatable. So I can't be perfect. I can't
yeah.
be this like fake thing here because
No.
people can't relate to me. So
Yes.
it's in the failures are a blessing because that's the foundation that I stand upon.
Mm,
So I wish I could encourage young people to take those chances. Because if you goof up, make mistakes, who cares?
yeah.
You
No one's gonna
always
remember.
learn. You always learn and you always get something out of it
Mm,
when we fall flat on our face. I know I have.
that's so beautiful.
A
Yeah.
million times.
And
And
that sets us apart.
I continue to make a fool of myself and make mistakes and and do stupid things every day.
Mm,
Every
yeah.
day. I
That
do.
makes us human, especially in this world with AI on the rise, which we won't get into, but that's what
Right.
sets us apart. That's what is makes us human. And I know I gotta let you go. So in I guess a few seconds, maybe if you could just end our time together as we've had such a lovely connection here by sharing a tangible kindness tip for the holiday season. What's
Yeah.
a kind thing you think everybody can do this season just to try and build a kinder world together?
I appreciate that. First of all, I just want to say a huge thank you to you, Robert, because
Oh, thank you.
your platform and who you are as a human, you're changing people's lives. You're changing the atmosphere in the room by who you are and your heart and your light and your spirit and your kindness and your grace and your generosity. So you're making a huge impact in all fields of whatever you are involved with, because I see it. I see it
Mm.
when you touch people's hearts. So
Thank
that's
you,
awesome.
Jody. That
Thanks,
means so
Linda.
much. I'm trying not to
Well,
slither away like Ursula's eels or something. I'll receive that. That's very beautiful. Thank you.
receive it. Receive it. I want to give you that. And that's, I would say, the number one thing that I'm trying to focus on every single day is a simple word of encouragement. We have a million thoughts every day, but we don't necessarily let them flush out of us.
Mm,
So when I have that thought, I jump to my phone and either text, leave a voice memo, a little word, a couple of emojis, or if it's a person I get to see in person, just a word of encouragement. And I'm trying to act upon it quickly when it comes across my mind. So
mm,
let's say it's like 6 o'clock in the morning, and in LA, it's 3 a.m. So I'll write it down and I'll hold on to it.
mm,
And then I'll just send it. And inevitably, and I know you know this,
mhm,
inevitably, that person that you've touched is going to say something like, I was just thinking about you, or
mhm.
I needed to hear that today, or you have no idea what a horrible day I've had. Thank you for this emoji and that you love me or that you're thinking of me.
Yeah,
Every single
you're so
time
right.
it happens.
It's
So
magic.
I'm trying to not just say, oh, I thought about them. Oh, I'll do it later. I'll do it
Yeah.
later. Because then you don't. So now I don't have any excuse, right? On a phone, you can make a note, you can set an alarm. You can go ahead
schedule
and do.
texts now.
That's right. Right. You can schedule the text. I can make the voice memo and I can save it. And then I can push it at the appropriate time zone. So that's probably the number one thing that I am consciously, intentionally trying to do is give a word of encouragement. Because I know the person that gets that, it's just what they need today. And you
Oh,
get to be part of that. And that's really amazing.
part of that world, Jodi.
There you
Thank you
go.
so much for
You said that, not me.
bringing it back. No, that is so kind. I feel like I've been complimenting you this whole time, but I admire you so much. I see, and we all see all the work you're doing, and I don't want you to stop, but just know you've done more than enough to contribute to building a kinder world. And I'm grateful for you, and I hope you're kind to yourself as you continue to run around spreading this magic this season and beyond. So I really appreciate you. Thank you, Jodi.
Thank you, Robert. I'm sending so much love, and thank you so much for having me on your show again.
Yay.
And you are amazing.
You are amazing. Thank you. And thank you, everybody. I'm sorry we ran a little late.
No, that's
Thanks
perfect.
so much, Rob. Thank you.
Thank you. So good to see
Thank you so much, sweetie. All the best to you. Happy holidays.
Same.
Until next time, remember, everything is going to be A-OK.